Season 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield-Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
And here we are on a chilly Monday morning. Man, winter moved in quick, didn't it?
Yeah. So at the bottom of my computer screen, it's not the actual forecast. It's just like, it's kind of like an indicator for how you should dress for the day. And it says rain and snow. What?
Well,
it's not like the full out forecast. It's just like the little, like, on the bottom of your computer screen.
Yeah. Today it's supposed to be mostly sunny throughout the day, though. 41 degrees. So I think that was an old icon. It didn't refresh. But at any rate,
not.
We had, I was up in Kansas City over the weekend outside for soccer games, and Saturday was miserable. It rained like a steady, hard rain the whole time. So cold. The kids were freezing because, of course, they didn't have anything. I had I had my big coat on. I had an umbrella, so I was at least dry. Kids weren't dry, and it was brutal.
I was laughing because I can see Bernie Sanders and Ethan. Remember this? Like when Bernie sat like this, and he leaned back in his chair.
I stood.
Oh, did you?
I stood. Yeah.
Oh, I stand corrected.
The whole weekend I stood. I usually sit, but I was trying to move around to stay warm.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well,
let's do some news.
Nicer today, at least, hopefully with that sunshine. So here's some news. Yes, the war continues in Israel, and with the bloodshed, Missouri Senator Josh Hawley says he wants the U.S. to offer more help and support for Israel. Hawley says that Israel is asking for help to replenish its missiles to go toward the Iron Dome defense system. He says Israel's security is vital to making sure there's a Jewish state and to making sure that Jewish people are not murdered across the world. And their peace, he says, helps keep World War III from happening. So, all right. You remember the guy who robbed a Springfield bank while wearing the Superman t-shirt? He was found in Alabama. Apparently, he found his kryptonite. He had robbed a bank there as well, just a couple weeks after robbing the one in Springfield. He was in our town on September 29th, caught on camera at the Legacy Bank on South National wearing that Superman shirt.
Yes, everybody remembers the picture of that guy. Not at all in disguise, except for the Superman shirt. To keep Springfield Public Schools out of a lurch again from starting the school year off without enough teachers, the district is now offering $1,500 incentives for teachers to tell the district soon if they intend on not coming back the following school year. So the incentive is for early notice if they're going to leave for whatever reason. The district asked the board for permission to offer that money for anyone who turns in their notice by November 30th if they have plans to resign or retire at the end of the school year. So that's interesting.
I think that makes sense, honestly. Yeah, because otherwise you wouldn't be retired or you wouldn't be telling them until the school year is out, but then it doesn't give the district much time to get somebody else hired in their place,
Yeah, if you're leaning one way, that may be incentive to go.
Yeah.
And let them know early. Speaking of money, more money is going to Greene County businesses hurt during coronavirus. $1.1 million in federal grant money comes from the American Rescue Plan, still being handed out. 80 businesses will receive a slice, among them Hilton Garden Inn, the Doubletree Hotel, Cafe Cusco on Commercial Street, to name a few. Grants are anywhere from $800 to $50,000. So $800 all the way up to $50,000.
Yeah. Over the weekend, former Vice President Mike Pence pulled out of the race for president. It's a crowded field on that side of the ticket, but for now, President Donald Trump is the front runner. Mike Pence saying, quote, "It is not Pence's time, not Mike Pence's time." So he is out. Actor Matthew Perry, perhaps you saw this. He died over the weekend at age 54. Of course, most people know him from Friends, the sitcom on NBC. On Saturday, authorities said that he suffered cardiac arrest at a LA area home. Most news outlets seem to be reporting that he was in a hot tub at the time and died by drowning. Though if you read about it, there's been some conflicting reports. So I guess at this point, safe to say it's under investigation. but they say that no foul play is expected.
Well, he's got a very public and sad history with drugs, so I think everybody's mind immediately went to that, thinking that's what caused him to drown, kind of like Whitney Houston years ago. That hasn't come out yet, but I mean that's the reaction, the knee-jerk reaction that people have whenever somebody that young drowns in a hot tub.
Yeah, man, that's terrible. That's terrible. And I mean, obviously I know who he is from Friends, but I haven't followed his life. So I did not actually know, probably shows my ignorance, but I didn't know that he struggled with addiction in his past. So,
He many times he's been to rehab and then had problems and gone back, and yeah, it's been a long battle for him.
hmm. Okay. If you cook with a pressure cooker, they're very popular these days. Listen up. Nearly 1 million of them are being recalled. The brand is Insignia. So if that's you, if you have one that's Insignia, watch out. Apparently, they have the wrong markings on the inner pot, so people can overfill it. And then when you heat it up, it can spew out hot liquid, and 17 people have been burned by it. So contact the company for a replacement or take it back to where you got it.
Yeah, those pressure cookers are the real deal. They're serious business. You don't want to mess around.
It makes me nervous. I mean, I don't, you know this, I don't cook with a pressure cooker, but I always feel like when you put the lid on and you like, batten down the hatch, like that it could explode,
Well,
That would
yeah,
be
that used to be a real problem, real concern when the pressure cookers of my grandmother's day, because there was no digital screens or anything. It was just you turn it on. So they've gotten better, certainly over time.
except for the Insignia ones for now. Except for
It,
those. Watch out.
it could, yes, those could scald you with hot water.
All right.
Hey, congratulations on a big milestone to one of our favorite places, the Pizza House. Man, that's good pizza. They just celebrated 65 years in business, the last 15 years in their current location on Commercial Street. Wow, that's been 15 years.
I know. I thought that too. Cause I mean, I remember when they moved.
Yeah,
As do you.
we used to live near the location before Commercial Street. We used to go there, and then it moved and broke our hearts. But then I got a job at Convoy near Commercial Street, so then it worked out again. At any rate, that original location was at Glenstone and Bennett. It was on Glenstone at the intersection of Bennett there. Retired Air Force veterans D. Smith and Pat Clark opened the Pizza House in October of 1958, and the pizza is still as thin as ever, and they're
You
going
can like
strong.
see through it. It's so thin. It's so good though. If you haven't been, you need
Delicious.
to go.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, no doubt all of you saw this. Kansas City Chiefs 16-game win streak against the Denver Broncos is now over. They looked pretty awful in yesterday's loss at Denver. Offense never clicked. Denver's defense shut them down. The Chiefs had 5 turnovers, 2 of which were interceptions thrown by Mahomes. It is his first time ever losing to the Broncos. And of course, toward the end there, he had a hand injury. They think he had the flu or something like the flu leading up to the game. So he wasn't himself, and it showed.
Yeah,
was
that's
rough.
a bummer. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yep. But that'll fire him up. Lights a fire underneath you after a loss. So
Well, yeah, they're going to have to get going now for sure. They've got 2
Yeah.
losses.
All right. Well, have a great Monday. And stay warm. You might have, granted, it won't be as bad as it was yesterday, but still stay warm.
Yeah, it's getting warm. This week will be 60s at some point. You can check out Abby Dyer's
Wake up weather.
Wake up weather. Yeah, that's what it is. Right after this, you can check it out and find out. She can speak with a lot more authority than we can about the weather. Sarah was saying it's going to snow today, which is not happening.
No, I didn't say that. I just said like the little icon at the bottom of my thing has like the rain and the snow, like a snow picture.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah. Okay. You need to refresh from last night, I think. All right. Thanks. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.